So I was talking to a newcomer. I believe your name is David. I think he's new on the channel. And he brought up a point that I think is worth talking about, or at least making a video on, because I've always thought this in the back of my head, but I just never vocalized it like this. So he was basically saying, like, he can't tell if the game, if the makers of the game love or hate Nepgear. Now, here's my thing. If you guys remember, I said before episode 63 started that I was worried about Nepgear. Here's why. Neptune, I can't see her being fazed by stuff. You know, like serious stuff. In fact, she actually says, you know, me, I can't take this serious feel. If I had to rate the game's seriousness, like all four of the main games, like, well, I'm gonna go with the Rebirth games because I know those the most. Rebirth 1, Rebirth 2, Rebirth 3, and then Mega Dimension. I would say that Rebirth 1 and Rebirth 3 had much more lighthearted tones, and Rebirth 2 and Mega Dimension have much more darker tones. Now, we've discussed it before, like many of us have discussed it before on my channel, and I say my channel because I'm not sure, a lot of new people watch these videos, so, but I'm hoping new people watch this. We seem to come to the conclusion that it's mainly the Planetoon CPUs who are the main characters. For me, I'm thinking that Neptune was the main character of the first game, Nepgear the main character of the second game, Plutia the main character of the third game, and what I've been told is that Uzume is the main character of the last game. Which, seeing some stuff now, yeah, it looks like, from what I just found out, she probably is. Now, why does that matter? It seems like depending on the main character, that's the type of mood of game that you get. Neptune and Plutia have way more laid-back type of personalities. Things don't really affect them that much on an emotional level. They're very mellow, and their games seem to reflect that. Nepgear and Uzume tend to take things a lot more seriously, and therefore their games represent that same type of mentality. When I was worried about Nepgear, it's that Neptune, a betrayal, she might just go, you know, oh, well, that's how the plot unfolds, like her adult version said when, back in, when she was talking to Nepgear and Vert in the game, you know, like, oh, well, like, we gotta do what we gotta do. Although she did show somewhat of a serious side in the Conquest ending, but that was mainly, you know, Nepgear was the one, it was, I'm just saying, Neptune, as far as characters go, she's definitely the most mellow. And then Plutia, like, yeah, she gets angry, and yeah, she gets sad, but like, it's not, like, having an in-depth conversation with Plutia, she's not the first person you would want to do that. However, Nepgear and Uzume, in Nepgear's story, people were saying how she was too bland and things like that. I didn't think she was bland, I just thought she was meant for a game. Well, that's debate. Please, let's not talk about that, alright guys? That's not why I'm making this video. I'm just saying that Nepgear seemed more suited to a serious story. And Uzume, while she does have, like, both Uzume and Nepgear have their silly moments, but if I were to say if they're more serious a lot of the time, especially with what's going on in Uzume's world, she has no choice but to be serious. So, yeah, I'm gonna say that depending on who the main character is, that depends on what type of game that you get. And that's why it seems like, well, not necessarily seems like, but why Nepgear is getting so much stuff in this game, I feel, because when the developers want us to feel something, they're gonna use Nepgear, because Neptune might just laugh it off. Well, not laugh it off literally, but she's Neptune. I mean, I don't think it's very hard to affect like, even if something does affect her, like when people insult her, or, you know, when she's being called lazy, or, you know, people will talk about her in her nation. Like, Neptune, even when if she is legitimately mad, she'll still talk about it as if it's a joke, you know, and laugh it off. She wants to have that lighthearted feel. Nepgear does not mind breaking down into tears and acting like, you know, a lot of people would. So, yeah. I feel like this is something I wanted to just get out on the topic. I thought that this was a very interesting video, at least to talk about. And those are my thoughts. David, again, thank you for helping me come up with this topic. Please, guys, tell me what are yours. Post your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.